the disposition of many of us today towards cases of adultery in marriages is not too different from that of those Pharisees. Why do I say so? This very thing is the reason why we often see today that when a man commits adultery, it is treated lightly. And sometimes the man even gets a pat on the back from some people. But when a woman is guilty of the same sin, society calls for her head to be hung on the stake. A man commits the sin of adultery and we make light of it. And we go sometimes as far as saying it is in the nature of men to cheat. May your mouth bend to the left if you say that. Some of us will say men are by nature polygamous, so they can cheat. If you want to be polygamous, go and marry plenty wives. Don't marry one wife and be forming polygamy in a monogamous marriage. But when a woman does the same thing, the whole community will gather on top her matter. And they will summon the umunnas and the umunnes. And they will say the woman will do this and do that. Glory to Jesus. Why should it be different? Can't we see, dear brothers and sisters, that when we do this, we are as guilty as these men who stood before Jesus with stones in their hands? Can't we see that? And that was why Jesus threw it back at them. If you are free of sin, cast the first stone. Let us be mindful, dear brothers and sisters, that whether a man or a woman, adultery carries the same weight of sin before God. And God does not have different standards for judging both. And that's why God says in that book of Leviticus 20 verse 10, stone the adulterous man and the woman. Not stone the woman and shake the man. That's not what God says. God says, stone both of them. As in the time of Jesus, so it is now. We are sparing the men and we are seeking to stone the women. Whether a man commits adultery or a woman commits adultery, the sin has the same consequence. The sin carries the same weight. Whenever I have the chance to talk to a man about the issue of adultery, I often ask this question. Let us turn the tables. Supposing it is your wife that cheated or is cheating on you. Two questions. One, how will you feel? Two, what will you do? Till today, I am 9 years plus a priest. Till today, no man has answered that question satisfactorily. Many of them will not even want to attempt it. The heaviness with which they breathe, when I throw that question on them, it shows that they don't even want to imagine it. Most times their face goes down and their shoulder will just slump. They don't even want to think about it, that their wife does this thing, but they are doing it. But they are doing it. So what makes you think as a man it is okay for you, but it is not okay for your wife? Hear me, child of God, and hear me very well. It is not okay for any of you. It is not okay for you as a man to commit adultery. Neither is it okay for you as a woman to commit adultery.